My master's degree in nursing leadership and education has opened up many different opportunities for me. When I was choosing which program to go to, I really liked that NNU had this education and leadership piece, because when I went into it, I thought I was going into it to be a teacher. I had enjoyed adjuncting and, being part of the students' growth and development, and so I really thought that's what I wanted to do. And halfway through my program, an opportunity opened up to apply for an inpatient nurse manager position. And through some discernment, I did choose to do that. And I was the nurse manager for an inpatient unit. And it was just one of those moments where I thought I was going to school for something, and then the Lord was like, actually, this is what you thought, but we're gonna actually do this instead. And who knows if I might end up coming back and doing teaching at some point, because I still really love it. But even in leadership positions, you're doing a lot of teaching, right? And so using those two subjects together is just really natural. And I really appreciated having the opportunity to look at both of those. One of the things I love about NNU is that it is a community. And so the relationships you build with people last, and they even last like beyond just that immediate relationship, right? So I've tried to keep in touch with NNU and my professors that I've had here, and then that affords me opportunities to meet the new professors that have come in the last 10 years since I graduated. And so I think because NNU focuses on community, your professor wants to know you and wants to know what's going on in your life. It's not just another name, it's not just another test score, it's definitely who you are as a person and what you're going through and experiencing. And I saw that in my undergrad and in my graduate program. As an undergrad, from a professor catching me in the hallway, worried that I'm never going to know how to do a manual blood pressure and walking me through it outside of class time, to my professor reaching out and asking if I wanted to do an adjuncting role, to being in my master's program in the middle of COVID. And I stepped into a nurse manager position in the middle of my master's program in the middle of COVID while I was pregnant. And I just remember there were so many times where I was like, I should have had this done. I should have been able to do X, Y, and Z. And my professors are like, it's okay, take a deep breath. You have a lot going on, and we need you to be accountable and do these things, but also realizing that this is a very unique time and situation and circumstance. And so how do we meet our students where they're at, and how do we get them what they need to be successful? And then even to this day, just going to different conferences and things and running into professors and just having this relationship and bond is really a precious and unique thing. So in nursing, one of the things you hear a lot is that there's so many different opportunities, right? You can work in a school, you can work in a hospital, you can work in a clinic, you can do all these different things as a nurse. And so I think a lot of people are just happy doing that, which is beautiful and wonderful. And I think we need people to do that. But if people are considering going back to school, I think it just opens up even more opportunities, right? We already have this huge avenue, like all these avenues open to us as nurses. And it's always changing. I mean, we have virtual nursing now and things like that have come with the increase in technology, and I think a lot from post-pandemic world. And also, when you go back to school, there's even more, right? There's even more opportunities that are out there that you might not have even thought of before. No matter where you're practicing, no matter the environment you're in, you're often meeting people at their most vulnerable, and that opens up so much opportunity to provide compassion and to really be the hands and feet of Jesus. Even if you're not outwardly saying that, I think the way that we conduct ourselves and hold ourselves and treat people is a testament to that. And so I think that has been the most rewarding thing, even when I was at the bedside, meeting people who are physically at their most vulnerable, right? And doing the things that are routine to me because it's my job, but that are terrifying to this person who's laying in a hospital bed. And so being able to treat them with compassion and respect and reverence. And then I also think beyond just at the bedside, right? So in my role as a nurse manager, I was often meeting nursing at its most vulnerable, right? Whether that's as a profession in the midst of COVID and just coming alongside my fellow nurses and being like, we're going to be able to do this. It's going to be okay. Whether it's the nurses that I hired as new graduates and just helping mentor them along and reminding them it's going to be okay. Like, you just graduated. This is terrifying. There's so much you still need to learn and do, and you're a real nurse, and what's next? But being able to meet them where they're at and just say, it's going to be okay. We're going to help you get through this. You know what you need to know, right? And encouraging them to provide that same compassionate care.